Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy DJ Pest, aka the bad guy, but you already know that. Let's just say this interview I had today, it was by mistake. I say that because I pushed record on a casual conversation that I was having with my guy Low. You know him as Landover Stunt Department, the Cook Up Radio Show, the Veil Web Series. Some of your favorite music videos from underground artists out here in AZ have been filmed by my guy Low. Just let me stop talking. Let's get into this conversation. Yeah, it's some stuff I just wanted to talk to you about, you know, man to man.
Okay. Oh shit.
Cause you a popular individual. A lot of people know you. You work with a lot of people too.
I be chilling, man. I just, you know.
That's a modest way to say it. That's a modest way to say it. Yeah, that's how you keep that persona. You know what I'm saying?
I be chilling, man.
You know, I just want to open the floor and what's your zodiac?
Cancer.
Oh yeah, you low key. You don't cause static.
Nah, but you know, I'm with the shit. I just don't be trying to start no shit. You know?
you finish the shit. You don't start.
Yeah, we don't. But you know, I don't want no trouble, man. I'm trying to get to the day, man. You know?
Well, you know, with you being an artist, we can say that you're an artist, right?
I don't know if I want to call myself an artist,
but you make music.
I'm not actively in the pursuit of like a music career. I would consider myself. Let me explain.
Okay.
It would be like the equivalent of like an old dude with a garage band. You know what I mean? Like every now and then I might lift up his shit, grab my guitar, but you ain't finna see me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on stage, no. I'm just rocking out with my neighbors. You know what?
Okay. All right. So
I'm a hobbyist.
When you got that garage open, what gets you in that garage?
Is the itch. I'm a creator. You know what I'm saying? So is
it somebody in the like you get inspired by something?
I think whenever I hear a dope beat or whenever I see somebody snap, I take it as a personal offense. I'm like, oh, you ain't just do that to me. You got me fucked up. But not in a negative way though, because like it's folks out here that's super dope. But I'm like, oh, that's mean. You know what I'm saying? And I just like, I got 16 somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Or just if Charlie send me a beat or Chaos, like my homies, like I've had the unfortunate advantage or the lucky blessing. Like I've had producers like my whole life since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never had like rapped on industry beats or nothing wild like that. So when I hear industry beats, I can't even rap to them because I hear the song. My homies always made beats, so I get beats. Like I get a beat, and I'm like, oh. Or I see somebody go off, like whenever Ocean them go off, or I hear J Rob them go off, the new youngers, I'm like, oh, they LRTK drop something, or I shoot something with smoke and I hear something I ain't heard before. I'm like, oh, so this what we doing? Mm-hmm. I'm going off. Not even competition. I just rock with their music so much it just give me energy. And I make a fucking banger. And it'll sit right on the computer.
I feel that. I feel that's what happens.
It'll just sit there because I'm like, I'm not trying to be no rapper, bro. Like I am one. I'm a writer. You know what I'm saying? So
but you're not a rapper.
I'm a writer that can rap.
Okay, that's a good spin to it.
Yeah, because I had to figure that out. Because when I stopped doing music, I started writing comic books, and then I started writing the web series. I'm on my third film. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just music. I just figured out that I was a writer. I just grew up where music was the main form of expression. So by default, you know what I'm saying? I can't play no instruments, but if you bang on a table or give me a chest beat or beatbox, I can go. So that was my main form of expression. So I just, you know, I never looked at myself, you know, it was a rapper because that's all we could do. But once I started doing other things, I'm like, oh shit, I'm just a writer, bro. I just write.
So the music came first. We talk about you in your lifetime.
Oh
when did the camera get involved?
We had a studio on 40th Street, Sky Harbor Office Park, and I'm gonna try to make this long story as short as possible. Mm-hmm. So we had a bunch of artists. We had a small label, Black Peso, and we had reached out to a videographer, and he flexed on us. And I was like, you bitch ass nigga, I'll buy a camera and shoot this shit myself. And so I went and bought a camera and it was horrible. Mm-hmm. I was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Always Win. Chris Wynn came and showed me how to work my camera. Goddamn saved it because I was throwing it in the trash. And then from there, I got into videography. And when I saw the dude later, I was like, bro, I was hot when you did that shit, but I apologize. You was right. This shit take a whole lot. But it got for me, like I can't sit in the studio.
Yeah.
I can't sit down and I can't take like photography. I got to be moving. Like I can't sit still, watching something sit still and make it sit still for oh my god. Like right now, I just got anxious thinking about that shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So for me, video something always moving. So I'm always engaged. Like I can't sit in the studio. We sitting there and the shit moving across while he recording. That shit will put me to sleep. I can't do it.
To this day.
So right now, like if
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the studio with the youngest, I'm outside.
Yeah.
Because if I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, this shit crazy. My brain is just always. So I had to get into some shit that was moving. You know what I mean? And when you got when you got a small label, you wear a lot of hats. That's why I try graphic design. I can't do that shit. It's not moving. But once they start making those little moving joints, I was back.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can make it move. I'm into it, but I just can't. Anything sitting still it just make me anxious.
This is work for you. What's fun?
Huh?
I said this is work for you. What's fun? Like where's your enjoyment in this that keeps it a
Uh,
hobby? You know, I mean, I know you get paid for your hobby, but you
yeah.
know,
Well, I'm not trying to be like the best video nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't even I don't even when they be doing that and asking who's shooting it, don't even tag me in that shit. I'm trying to shoot a superhero movie. So what's fun to me is learning a new trick that I'm finna use in this movie. So I love this video shit because I'm gonna try something with each video that I ain't did before because I need it for the superhero movie. Like my goal is to shoot a superhero movie.
cinema.
And so hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. And listen, I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. I
And they
believe.
helping me. Each one of these artists, bro, they helping me. They don't even understand. Like I'm helping them. They getting a dope ass video, but I'm getting reps. You know what I'm saying? This shit like boxing. I'm getting rounds in. I'm sparring right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting better with each joint,
Mm-hmm.
each color grade, each effect, each time I rotoscope a motherfucker out and do something crazy with them. Like it's getting me to that point where I can make a nigga fly, knock over a building, and hold all the bricks up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get to that place.
And music
So
videos is your way of practicing.
yeah, I know like, and I hope they don't take that as offense because I bring
No,
my
they
all. They
shouldn't.
see me,
Nobody should
yeah,
take that
yeah.
as offense.
They see me when I open. I bring it's lights, it's multiple cameras, it's drones in the sky, whatever we need. But my end game and the cool part is when I do it, everybody that helped me. I'm gonna try to find a way to incorporate all of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's they really helping me getting dope. You know?
So you got the web series out, season one out, right?
Yeah,
Done. And now you're writing season two.
yeah. Episode one will probably be written in the next 3 or 4 days, and going through that experience, man, it just changed my whole perspective on film, just the whole approach. Because I'm thinking, shit, this shit gonna just be like a video. 15 minutes. It's gonna be as long as 3 videos, 12 hours, whatever. Shit, man, we was shooting. Our first day on set was 14 hours for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes of script, bro. 5 pages. Blew my mind. I had to and we got so far ahead of ourselves. This don't make no sense. It made us fall behind. Cause we got to scrambling. If somebody didn't show up to set, we would shoot something else, shoot something else. We was all over the place. And then the pandemic hit, forget about it. You know what I
Did
mean?
you
And
get it
that
all?
shit
Did
was
you get the
tough.
first season done before the pandemic?
We got it done. We got it done through the pandemic. We actually ended up being 2 episodes short because everything was shut down. And
Mm-hmm.
when you going through some shit like that, the last thing you want to do is risk people's health.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we just took what we had and put that shit together. And it came out a lot nicer than I thought. And the people received it way better than I thought. But it was some shit we left on the floor that was crazy, but we just couldn't put it in because we just didn't know what the pandemic was going to be and what it was going to do, and you just didn't want to jeopardize nobody. But this season, though, we got a better handle on how things work,
Mm.
and so I think it's going to be way better. Just to protect the production and everything that stepped up, but just our approach is going to be better. Now we done been through it.
What
We done
ins-
got the bumps and bruises,
what
you know.
inspired it?
Boog, man, Jay Boog came to me with it. He was like, "Man, I want you to direct our web series." I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm a director." He said, "What you need?" And a lot of people was in my inbox. It's funny thing. A lot of folks was in my inbox and chatting to me about doing a web series and doing a movie and doing something short. He said, "Tell me what you need," and I gave him a laundry list of everything I thought we was gonna need to get it done. And that was one week. Him and Arak came by. I think the next week or the week after, he brought a box into the station. Was like, and I opened it up. Everything we needed was right there.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped responding to everybody else. I said, "All right, bet, let's get it." And then they gave me a script, and I don't know who this guy was. I think I mean, he's a writer. He has some good books out, but he was. I don't want to say this. I'm like, the shit was some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the literal sense. Like it was written well, but to a motherfucker that's from out here and that's been around here, it wouldn't have worked. And so I said, well, let me take a crack at it. And I ain't, I read comic book scripts, but I ain't ever tackled no movies, no, but I was like, shit, if this what they like, give me a minute. And so me being around them and sitting around them for 10, 15 years, I kind of had an idea doing shows with Bug and sitting in the barbershop with Diesel and AZ Mike Mill and watching guys come in and out and then doing business with a couple of them, I knew the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wrote something that and I catered to the strengths of all the characters. Like I know these guys personally, so I knew Braille, and so I said, well, how can I use what I know from him and give it a good spin to make him this? I knew Bug and what Bug wanted to do, and I know Diesel from what he wanted to do. So all I did was just take bits and pieces of what I already knew. And I said, all right, well, what's gonna make this shit look dope for a viewer? And I just kind of built upon that. So it was easy for them to do their roles because it was bits and pieces of it was based on who they were.
So does this? I'm sure you're going to continue doing that web series. It's only right. But does this spark a new direction for you? Like, are you going to start working on movies in that genre, or are we just going to leave it at with the web
I
series?
got um we got some cool stuff in the works for the Veil, and I got a phone call probably a day or two to go help on a major motion picture,
Mm-hmm.
like a big boy joint.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest call I got. I was humbled and excited. So I'm doing that. And then we're writing different stuff outside of, the street shit can always be the street shit. But in order for us to grow, we got to show that we can be military or we can be funny and we can be scientists and we can be deep sea divers. Like we got to show that we can do other shit than sell dope, shoot pistols. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a lane for that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we got that, and we're doing this, and we're doing this other stuff. So I'll probably be writing on two movies this year, working on a theatrical release, and I'm just gonna be the glue. I'm just so glad to be a part of it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna sweep the floor if they want. I'm gonna hold the mics if they want. I'm gonna go get coffee. I'm gonna hold the camera. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
hold the boom mic, whatever they need, because
Mm-hmm.
I want to really learn it from that aspect. Like this is like a blessing to be involved in something that's gonna get released on that level,
Yeah.
and it's gonna have a production budget with trained thespians, like real motherfucking actors
Mm-hmm.
who, you know what I'm saying? So you get to really see how it's done. And I can take that information, bring it back to what we doing and make us elevate. You feel what I'm saying? So it's gonna be just better for everybody.
But when it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered as or known as? Like when it's all done and you've lived your life and you're done, you don't do this no more. What will make you feel like you accomplished what you were supposed to
The
do?
the ability to inspire somebody from what I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got inspired in comics from Milestone Comics.
Yeah.
that was one of the first. For me, it's like the only black comic book company I know of, and watching them make characters based around shit I grew up around blew my mind. So when it was my turn to do Epic, I wanted to do something different. You know what I mean? And it's crazy going to Comic Con and having somebody fan out in front of you because of your book, like what your book did. And it was crazy watching it. This guy get up out the panel, oh my God, you wrote Epic and this, and he going crazy. And it's humbling because it's like, damn, I'm from Landover, Maryland, bro. I'm from stepping over dope needles on my playground. I'm from, you know what I'm saying? And here's this guy, this white kid.
Yeah.
I don't know at all. From all the way across, I'm all the way across the country. I'm from Maryland. We in California. And he's a kid fanning out about this black superhero that we created because I felt like we needed something else. You know what I'm saying? So just, and even with the veil, being able to inspire, yeah, it's kind of violent, but if we could show some kids, like we got kids in it, they see us working these cameras and working this boom and working sound.
Yeah, you
One of
inspired
these young,
somebody.
yeah, I just want to show. That's why I'm open to everybody. Everybody can come see. I just want to be able to have something that's there that folks can be like, damn, he left this for us to kind of, leave some kind of blueprint to how to do it on a blue collar budget. You know what I'm saying?
So that's good you say that. I'm understanding a lot about you just with this one conversation right here. Cause you do these music videos and they're good music videos, and you work with a specific up and coming artist in the community, and you'll go from I've seen it. I've seen it over the years. I'll see you drop one video a season, then I'll see you drop 5 videos in maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So is that you? Is that you having time for it? Is that you saying that you want to get these artists out? Like why the gaps?
um, I don't do nothing for free. I don't believe in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, uh, and some other things. Like I got artists that we work with, they do dope. And if I'm in a creative slump or if ain't no videos coming, I'm working on something else. But if one of the homies hit me like I need this, we gonna work. But the thing is, I'll shoot a video. My turnaround rate is good. And so it's just the ebbs and flows of freelance videography, really, because you know you'll see artists go around with everybody that they think is hot or whoever's quote unquote popping right now, and then they always come back. You know what I mean? And so it's like, all right, come on, let's get this working. You know what I mean? So for me, I'll do one, but as my I don't say my name is getting out there, but as as it's growing, more people are reaching out. You know what I mean? They see the quality, just the work speak for itself. So if I'm turning out 4 or 5 joints, that means the week before I shot 4 or 5. You
So
know what I'm saying?
the
So
music video, the editing process is not hard for you.
not now. It
Mm-hmm.
used to be. You know what I mean? Because now I film with the end result in mind. Before I was just filming and figuring out like shit, what we gonna do. Now I go in knowing, okay, this the song, this the treatment, these the shots we need to get. And then when I'm coming home, I'm already thinking like, boom, this one will feed. And so I line it up. I chop, 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 get it done because I'm already thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sitting there looking at a bunch of clips like, damn, what can I make? I already know what I'm gonna make because I know what I got.
Mm-hmm.
Before, I was just trying to figure this shit out. I'm just learning. You know what I'm saying? Now I got a handle on what I think my style is. So now it's easier to put videos together within my style.
But for an example, you got a new artist. And I don't want to say new. I feel like I might be stepping on this person's toes if I say new because I just don't know how long they've been in it. But you working with Bobby Denims, and Bobby
Yeah,
Denims literally has dropped 3 videos, and you did all 3 of the videos. So at
yeah,
this point,
yeah.
is it a relationship because you want Bobby Denims to win, or is Bobby Denims coming to you because you're the only person that she probably like? How is the chemistry
So
with certain artists that you're working with?
you- I like now. I've shot 160 videos.
Mm-hmm.
It's 160 music videos.
Mm-hmm.
100 of them are quality,
Mm-hmm.
probably 145. So she reached out because she saw my quality. And
Mm-hmm.
then from there, we just built a relationship. But we do business. One thing about me, I keep business up front. So it ain't never no funny. It's always business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But in that process, though, we just got close. I'm artists, you know what I mean? Artists communicate on a different level. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with me and Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so she just, she's new in it. So she's fresh and she got a vibe and she moving. And so when you got that new energy behind you and you're creating and like she in her bag, so she want to see her songs. She want to see her shit. So we work like that because she's like, I love this. And she see a dope, she get a dope video. She gonna go to the studio and make another banger better than that just to see what we gonna do in the visual. And then, you know what I'm saying? So she's motivated by what pushes her internally. Plus, we putting together dope visuals. You see what I'm saying? So I think, and I want her to win. I want everybody I work with to win, bro, because this what they doing it for. So I remember being an artist and shit. Videos was 5,000 for a cheap ass fucking
Man,
on the shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
that
So
T2I
so
joint. Yeah.
I gave the big homie I rock my T3i because I couldn't even, I was so mad at it. I didn't even want to touch that motherfucker because I couldn't get it to work for me. And he a wizard with anything you give him. It's like, man, you can take this Joan. I Man, I can't even do nothing with it. Monique was mad at me like shit because she played with the camera, but I just couldn't look at it no more because I was mad because I couldn't work that
I believe it. I believe it.
motherfucker. I
I
was like, you
believe
sitting
it.
around here doing nothing, you got to get out my house. You
Yeah.
feel me? But yeah, man. But it's inspiring because even with her and man, even with LRTK, bro, when he called me, like we got something we're gonna do next week, it's gonna be crazy. And I buy equipment just to shoot videos. Like me and Kie's we did a dope joint. I went and bought that new she was telling me ideas she wanted, and I went and bought a whole GoPro Hero, the whole shit, spent about $400-500 just for a scene. You know what I'm saying? But it came out dope. So I wasn't even tripping off the video or like the cost or the price. I was trying to get in with where she was trying to go visually. And I knew if we got this extra piece, it would get us right there. And we dropped a monster.
What joint was that? Is that the one
Been
in
a
that
dub.
Benadub? I don't think I is that because Kia hasn't dropped some music. I'm trying to think which one is which.
Bro,
Cause
we got another one on deck that's gonna be stupid.
what was the one y'all shot where it was kind of in an old school setting?
That's been a dub.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so I seen that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I seen that one.
yeah. It's been a
So
dub.
now I got to look at it again and see what part you was talking about with the GoPro. I'm pretty sure I can
Yeah,
spot it. You know, when
yeah.
I see it.
It's a like she arguing with the guy, so you seeing it from his perspective, his hands, and you know what I'm saying, that whole interaction, so you
Yeah,
can really see.
yeah,
We put the shit on his head, like, well, he was tall, so we had to drop it a little lower, damn near, and bend the camera down. And she not short, but he was, you know what I'm saying. So when he was looking up, we get in the ceiling, so we did it again. That shit came out dope.
yeah. I know what part you're talking about.
Yeah, and we spent $500 for 30 seconds, but it was worth it because it came out dope.
Yeah, and I mean, you probably had somebody see that, and now they want to do that. So you're inspiring, other people to, create.
I see it, and it's funny to see somebody do something you did, but shit, man, we all learn from each other. So I
Yeah,
ain't, I
but
can't, I
that's
can't even take it like
but
that.
when is it? Yeah, when is it flattering, and then when is it stealing? Like, do you sit at your house or do you sit wherever you are watching a music video? Like, fam, if they don't stop doing this, I gotta say something.
I see, don't nobody really bother me because I like clean cut cinematic shit, and these motherfuckers like with jumping effects all over the place. And to me, I feel like if it's not pushing the story forward, you're cheapening the audience experience. So most of my shit is clean. I try to keep it as clean and cinematic as possible. But I watch the director copy another director out here to the point where I'm like, damn, bro, just tell him that you love his shit, because
Yeah,
you gonna just keep on stealing. this shit crazy. So I just, I don't say it ain't my business, it ain't my money. You know what I mean? I don't really, they not my homies. But it's crazy to see people steal, people steal what you try and do,
I don't
what you
see it. I
doing.
don't see it. But I mean that may sound like I'm being
I
naive or
know,
something, but I
but
don't see it.
there's attempts to do, and that's what it is. When somebody sees something that's proven and is working, they're gonna try to do it. You know what I mean? It's almost a Coke and Pepsi of what we doing out here.
I
Somebody want to have their version.
man, when I tell you that, okay, so I wear many hats. I mean, we've had
Hmm.
this conversation, but when I tell you music videos to me is one of the most important things. It's the only thing I can find creativity with. Everything else is work. Photography and videography is the only thing I can find creative with. But I
Can't do no.
can't find somebody personally. I'm not saying there's nobody out there, but personally, I can't attract somebody that's willing to invest in the music video. Everybody I come across, it's like, man, damn, you really want to just stand in front of this liquor store? Like that's all you want to do.
Let me tell you
Um,
something.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I will liquor store, living room, hotel video. They they do that to me to death. But as just like it's a as a young artist, it's baby steps. They want to show they hood. They want to show how they getting it. And so it used to get on my nerves, but now I understand. And I've shot videos for different artists in front of the same thing. And
Oh
it's a
God,
challenge. It's a challenge.
you know how many music videos are probably filmed over there on Fifth and Roosevelt in that art district? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
We know what
I
we talking
did
about.
I did 4 there, and I've shot 6 videos at Painted Tiger. I'm finna shoot 2 more, and none of them look the same.
Yeah.
But when an artist is new, shit that's older, you might be new to them. Like that Roosevelt Row is new to a motherfucker who ain't never did no video over there. And so I have to. It's almost like having a baby with somebody who ain't never had a baby before. Like it's new to them. This is new experience, but you'd have been there before. But you be an asshole to rob them of that experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
but
be a jerk to be like,
I've also heard you in the past 10 minutes do something you believe in the end result of your work, so you'll invest. I haven't been there. I haven't really been there with somebody. Because for one, I think I get more intake than what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
you'll have 6 people in your inbox. I'll have 13.
You probably
And
had 36,
yeah,
but
and I'm being modest. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear music every day, my inbox right now
right.
is flooded to the point where if you sent me something, I'm like, what's your email? And I know what your email is, but it's like, what's your email? So I can just type it up because I can't scroll down.
The,
But
the the difference is you I'm closed off until I know you. You feel me? So people can't just come up to me. You a DJ.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? You a
mm-hmm,
DJ. Like
mm-hmm.
you're Oz, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're deep. Like people don't treat me like that until I say, all right, he cool. I'ma warm up. Damn, you funny as shit. All right, cool. You gotta get to there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
people say that about you too.
you gotta get there with me. But I don't have, thank God, I don't have to promote that I shoot videos. A lot of my business is word of mouth and people seeing it, and I don't have to. And like you control the party, so you got to be up there. You got to be up high. And these motherfuckers got to see you, and they think they got something you need, so they gonna be on you because they got the next big single. They got the next hit.
Yep, yep, yep.
Once they do that to you, they call me and be like, "Nigga, you ain't just see woo woo woo. Me and Pest hosting a mixtape. I need a video."
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like, "I got you, bro. Don't even worry about
yeah.
it." You know what I'm saying?
It's
So,
yeah,
but they got to get there with me. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to get. I just how I am. I just I got a 5-year-old son. Like I need to be there. My kid, my daughter grown. I got a grandkid. I gotta be there. So it gotta really be worth my time. And I gotta really see that they passionate about their craft before I sit down and be like, all right, let's work on the treatment.
yeah. I said it. I'm not gonna name the person, but man, I said something about a treatment to an artist 2 days ago, if not yesterday. And fam, they didn't even know what I was talking about, and that discouraged me so much. I'm trying to tell this individual what a treatment is, and because they're saying let's schedule a date. I said, well, what are you trying to do for the music video? Well, I was trying to see what you was trying to do when we were going to be available. Then I'll come up with an idea. And I said, no, you need to come up with an idea so we can work, like then we can, make things happen. And they just was froze. Didn't know what to say. It's like, all right,
Uh, uh,
bro.
so we have the gift and the curse of being able to hand check and steer this generation, and a lot of it is with education and terminology. Like a lot of these youngins, they don't know what the fuck a treatment is. Like I just had to explain. I literally just had to explain to Bobby what a show writer was. She understand what a show writer was. It's like, nigga, this is a list of everything you require before you hit the stage. But somebody had to be there to tell her. You know what I mean? It took me 10 years to figure out what a writer was until I was on my first tour. So with a youngin, all he don't know that you got to say, well, what's the treatment? Is what you how you want your video to go. Oh shit, that's what they call it. That's the response I get. Oh shit, that's how they want to, you know what I'm saying? And then you kind of build that from that, and you gotta start using that terminology around it. But a lot of these kids, music ain't made the same way it was when I was young. It wasn't no, they don't need no A&Rs. They're not going through the same trials I went to. They going to the studio or they doing some shit on their laptop. So they skipping so many steps. So when they show up, they raw.
Does that
Yeah,
does
they got
that
a song.
does that frustrate you?
Nah, man. Nah. It's
Why? Why not? Why does that not frustrate you?
because I know the learning curve. And I would be an asshole to treat it a motherfucker I know who don't know like they supposed to know. Like I know you don't know. I know you don't know what this is. You feel me? So I'm not gonna be like, nigga, you don't know what the fuck, nigga. I can't do that because I already know you coming from this your hood. They love you to death. You got a song that may only work in this hood, but they believe you so much that 5 or 6 of your homies and gave you $100 a piece or 150. Or you just came and dumped 700, 800 or whatever, and you want a video, and that's all you know.
So, do you look at the hip hop scene in Arizona? How do you view the hip hop scene in Arizona? Does
I,
it
I think
is
I
it
think
missing
these
something,
guys.
or are you really
Oh yeah,
excited for it?
it's missing, and it's missing true networking. It's missing uh networking at every level. Like the radios. Artists get mad at the radio, but they ain't got no radio records. Artists get mad at the DJs, but they ain't got no club records. Artists get mad at the strip club DJs, but they ain't making no booty music. It's like, but it's these disconnects, and nobody's trying to engage real fans. Like everybody want their homies to share their music. Ain't nobody outside. When we was outside, you had CDs, so you had something tangible to give somebody. The industry took that tangibility away. So now, what guys are winning, what we didn't win, merch. You watch, what's my guy name? Della Preem go off with merch, exclusive merch. And Nipsey Hussle put the world on game. The hand-to-hand CD gone. So guess what? Put a QR code in your logo. And when they scan it, your music pop up. You know how much it costs to do a QR code? Nothing.
Just free
You know how much it costs to scan, get a print screen with a logo in that motherfucker? However much your
cents.
graphics are. That's it, bro.
Yeah, cents.
So now I can't give you no music. You don't want no fucking who got CDs. All right, bet here go my t-shirt. Bet, bro, here goes something dope. Where your phone at? Scan this, my new video won't come up. You just gave him a t-shirt and a video.
But do you keep that on the hush, or do you tell every single artist
Hell
what you
not.
do?
Anybody I talk to and we talk about music, I always talk to them about the importance. I was just talking to Felony. He just did a video with Sada Baby that I had to fix. A whole different story. But I was just talking to him about marketing and branding. I said it ain't enough to just put a song out. Some people won't catch that fire, but nigga, you need to be investing in these blog sites. You need to be talking to these
Yeah,
DJs.
man.
I said back in my day, we had to put some hundreds in the CD and get it to the DJ. We had to send bottles to the DJ just to show, hey, listen, I appreciate you sliding this in because you ain't got to do that. And I'm finna throw, and we gotta throw a stack up here on these ladies because I appreciate them dancing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to teach them that networking, and you know what I'm saying, like you gotta do it. You gotta have a budget because now the shit that used to have hand-to-hand CDs, they gone. You can't go outside and make $100, $200, $300 off of CDs because they done took CD players out of every fucking car.
Hmm.
Them
So
shit's gone.
you waste, not say waste, but you spend all that time trying to tell an artist this might work for you, and then you see them out in the streets and they don't do any of that. What's your feelings at that point?
My father told me this. God rest his soul. He said, "Son, you can't tell grown folks nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, you can give him the information, but whatever he chooses to do with it is his." You know what I'm saying?
So did
And a
you
lot
ever
of
get
these young,
frustrated at it? I mean,
and when
like, did it
watching
come with
people,
age where it's like it don't bother you no more, but at a point it did bother you?
it only bothered me with the artists that I invested in because I saw their talent and I saw their potential, and they hard headed. But this generation didn't really grow up with no OGs. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really have nobody dumping game into them. Like my big homie South call me and tell me something. I'm 40 years old, 41. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and listen. Because me shutting up and listening to him majority of my life got me through some shit. A lot of these young guys don't have that. And they've made it and managed to survive to 21 and 2 and 3 without nobody that's 26, 27, or 36, 37 talking to them. So when they hit me, they my clients. I'm giving them real game that I would give my youngins, but they not conditioned to respect or listen to that older. You get a few guys that make it through, but they not conditioned. They Panthers out here. They just getting it how they getting. They cool. It's like ain't nobody teach them how to hunt. They had to figure this shit out. So they still got that I'm gonna figure it out myself mentality. I'm trying to teach you to miss, trying to keep you from making a whole lot of mistakes. But like I said, you can't. I'm grown. I'm gonna give you the game. And you gonna do what you want with it.
Mm-hmm. So 1 out of 10, what do you rate the hip hop scene in Arizona?
I think 5.
Whoa. Okay. Explain.
I think that we've made a lot of leaps and bounds technology wise, but 5 because these motherfuckers still ain't realized they're in the sixth largest city in the country and it's growing 7 miles a year exponentially. And a lot of it is tech. And nobody's trying to figure out how to work tech into their branding outside of Spotify, goddamn DistroKid, United Masters. There's other ways you can work this new technology into what you're doing and engage with fans. You know what I mean? I think we got top tier talent, but the hustle don't match it.
Is it oversaturated?
No, man, you've been around. There's a million rappers everywhere. The problem is we don't have the outlets, one, and two, these niggas don't know how to act.
Name 2 outlets that's missing.
Uh, urban radio, true urban radio, and I think we need a one-stop shop for artistry. Like how you remember when I think was it called My Vid Studios first launch?
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
That shit was genius. But it's hard to show or communicate value with motherfuckers who,
Ain't got no money.
they just they ain't got no money because I done shot videos where motherfuckers show up in a $3,000 outfit and argue with me about a video budget.
Because they ain't got
And
no
I'm look,
money.
they got the money because I know the shit real because I work in high end retail. So I know that in this process, you've spent $2,500 to $3,500. Go to goddamn Turo if you want an i8 and rent you a fucking i8 for $400. Go over here and get this Airbnb for 260, 270 for one night. Don't do this video. Argue with me about the price and then mid video pull out $20,000.
You've seen that happen before.
I shot a hotel video.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we didn't discuss all these extra things I'm talking about, but I shot a hotel video with an artist out here that you wouldn't even know. And they probably had $50,000, $60,000 liquid cash money. God forbid I charged them double or triple. And I knew they could pay for it before. They don't see the value in it because you got niggas out here shooting videos for pills, ounces, and shit like that. So you gotta fight. I gotta fight through like dope head directors to really show value and artists and these young guys. They'll spend the money to look good in front of the camera, but they won't spend the money on the camera to look good.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's why I think I decided to stay my little black
No,
ass out the way. Um, cause man, it's so hard to talk. Cause I mean, we can talk on a personal level, but we're being recorded right now, so we gotta watch and make
right,
sure we ain't stepping on the wrong toes.
right.
But that's why that AZ female cipher kind of frustrated me a lot. I wanted to speak to a batch of videographers and artists about that because I just feel like it was. I feel like that when you said five, I contribute that to being one of the reasons why it's five and not eight or seven
I think
because things
I
like
just
that happen.
but those things happen everywhere. The difference here is even though this is a big place, it's so small musically, shit gets around fast. And my five is meaning half, like we're halfway there. I'm not saying five like it's ugly. We halfway there. So I got to be honest about that. We're halfway there. Because when I first got here, it was two styles, a West Coast style and some weird ass bizarro New York style that motherfuckers was doing. And I didn't know
When was
what was
this?
going on. Oh, 03.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Half the
Yeah,
buildings that you're looking at and walking in right now weren't even here.
it was nuts. You know what I'm saying? So they've evolved musically. We've kind of we're carving out a style, but it's baby steps. But that cipher, I feel like so I thought it was bad, but I didn't feel like it was made. I feel like he thought he was doing something good for the city, and I don't know if he did his research to know that there's 12 other ones that came before that, because if I'm doing a cipher, I'm gonna look at every cipher, and my goal is to crush it. I don't care who on the record,
Visually or audio?
both. Because even if it look good, if it don't sound good, you still lost. You're still a loss.
Did the
You
women
seen it?
did the women perform good?
I made it my personal mission to go listen to each one of them individually, and they all have, not all of them, most of them, three or four of them have music that I'm like, oh shit, they dope. Or you know what I'm saying? There's dope elements to who they are as an artist. I just felt like it was like he just put some rocks in a can and kind of shook them. It was just so clashy. You know what I mean? It just clashed on so many different levels. Like I can't think of the young girl name, but she just did an album release party in Scottsdale, and she's dope. She's dope. I
She was
didn't
on the
know.
cipher.
Yeah, she's dope. And then the singing chick at the end. Damn, I called her the singing chick, but I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just
I'm
the
trying
young
to think of
lady
her name.
who's
Dang,
singing at the
she came
end.
to the showcase so many times. I just can't think of her name right now. But
But
yeah, I know
she's
what you're
dope.
talking about.
She was dope. And Shorty who wear the wings, I heard her albums. Like she got some dope music too. Like it's dope. It was dope elements. I just don't think it was put together right sonically. Like I don't think, I think he was like, shit, nigga, we finna put the city on. And he just did a call to arms, and you got to work with who answered versus doing some research, tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they done did this one before.
I wish I could have heard it before it was already being bashed. Cause I think I listened to it already with a bash attitude. Like, oh, everybody's disliking it, so it's funny now instead of it being something that was
I,
good.
I tried to be as fair as possible because I wanted it to be dope. Like I
Yeah,
wanted it. Like for me, I just think I'm like, damn, this going. You know what I'm saying? It can go one way or other. It's gonna be dope or it's not, and people want shit. And I was like, damn. I but if we're gonna be honest and we're gonna really, if you're gonna send somebody some, I tried to be as constructive as I could. Some of them just didn't hit for me, but I wanted it to be dope. Though I was like, damn, I was rooting for this record. That's why I went and kind of listened to all the other artists individually, because I was like, this can't be their best offering. And I was right. Most of the ones that I went to, they had like way doper stuff. So I was like, damn, it's just a bad look. So I'm just waiting on the next record to come out. You know what I'm saying?
And I think what we need to do to redeem that, because that kind of stifled I got my line up just about ready for the next video I was gonna do, but I just stopped because I'm like, it's too close. It's gonna seem like I'm competing with them. It's gonna seem like I'm trying to, do something that is only being done because it's the talk. But I think we need to go back to no beat. You already listen to a cipher nowadays. It ain't just AZ, it's everywhere. You already listen to a cipher nowadays knowing that it ain't even freestyling. It's just, we met at the studio, we recorded it, got the vocals just right, and let's go stand in front of a camera. I want to see a half circle. I want to see somebody no beat. Or if the beat is there, it's just so boom bat. It ain't nothing, it ain't no radio sounding beat. It's boom bat. I want to hear bars. That's what a cipher is. I think people are now turning a cipher into, let's just get a bunch of people that's in the city or get a bunch of people that's on the video. And because it has a name cipher, we know it's going to do numbers. So no one's caring about quality anymore.
Yeah, that BT started that shit when they was doing it. You feel me? When they was, but you already put together a dope ass cipher. You feel me? Like we already at the Westgate joint.
Yeah, but I would have did that so much different. I would have did it different if I rushed that one. Those 4 women came to my place, recorded that song that day.
I remember
we went that night, and that's why they didn't know, like it wasn't, they trying to remember what they wrote. Right. Instead of already having something already on the dome and they just spitting because the energy is on, like, who can rap. Because all 4 of those ladies can rap, literally. Like, they can all rap. They don't need me, you. They don't need us to make shit to make them rap.
Hell
but
no.
I feel like the video kind of exposed something about them that made it seem like it was a script. And then so was the first one. I didn't like how the first one was just switching beats every time somebody got done. Because that right there, it defines perfectly what I'm trying to say. We just putting a whole bunch of people together on the video so we can get views up. And believe it or not, I think that one was like 40,000 views. It looked good when I'm looking at my Google Analytics. But when I look back at it, I'm like, that was rushed. You know what I'm saying? I want to do one where it's just like 4-5 people just meet up in a room, kick some shit, man. Like when we listen to them Kendrick Lamar old CDs and Ab Soul rapping, they battling each other. I want to hear that. I don't really want to hear it because that's what happened. I think with Buddy's new female cipher video, it was him trying to, I make beats. I can get these girls on my beats. Listen to how they sound on my beats. And it took the cipher all out of it. He just made a 9-minute song.
That shit was...
It was bad, man. It was bad because it was rushed. And
it was a tough listen because just sometimes you got to know how to match make. Like you're a DJ, you blend. So you know who sound good together. You got to have an ear for that shit. And then there's an art to song making.
It's an art,
you know what I'm saying? Even if it's some get busy shit. Even I was trying to explain, I can't remember who I was talking to, the Flavor in Your Ear remix. And I was like, I'm reaching back, but you need to listen. And she was like, because they was like, it was so many different styles. I'm like, you got LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, Biggie, Rampage, Craig Mack. The motherfuckers don't belong on a record together, but they understood the art of song making. You know what I'm saying? So they knew how to be on a record together.
Mm-hmm. But that's like with all them posse cuts. We can name a whole bunch of posse cuts where it didn't make sense, but they anthems now because they knew what they was doing. They understood it. And that's what and that's where my frustration comes from. Cause it's like a lot of artists want to get into this aspect of the game, but for one, they're not paying respect because they're trying to create some whole new way to do it. Like I get frustrated. Where are my songs with 3 verses at? And people say, well, people don't have the attention span for it. That's because you're not talking about nothing. You're not talking about nothing. That's why we don't have the attention span. That's why your song has to be 1 minute and 50 seconds because you can't even lyrically give me something else that's going to make me listen to you for 3 minutes straight. That's a problem.
Man, listen. I done seen some Clubhouse interviews and shit and reviews with them DJs talking about they don't want it over 303. And so that's a 12, a hook, a 12, bridge, hook, 12.
But
if you stretch it out there,
them DJs are talking like that because they're trying to capitalize on a new way to monetize this music.
Yeah, you're right.
it's everybody's fucking it up. You know, like everybody is just really dismantling. Our forefathers are pissed. They're rolling in
Yeah,
the
no
grave
shit.
right now because, you know,
Ridiculous.
the music right now with an artist's first thing, his first goal, his or her first goal is to get numbers on Spotify. So at the end of the year, they can do their whole little bottle toast thing and say, I had such and such and such and such. And we all know,
Yeah,
like the people that sold mixtapes, the people that go in the trunk, we know that's fabricated.
right.
You cannot. I'm sorry to say this if I'm disrespecting anybody, but it's impossible for you to have over 100,000 streams and you still coming to my showcase on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, when you have 100,000 streams, fam, you are a guest. You are free. I am honored to have you here because if you got 100,000 people listening to you, that means you made it. You can't have
That means
100,000 streams and you sitting there asking me when are you performing.
and have no engagement
Yeah,
and
no
can't bring 10 people
engagement.
out.
No engagement. I tell you that I got you booked at a show for real, where I'm paying you now and you can't even sell 5 tickets. And I give y'all 70% of the ticket sales. And you're still
Yeah,
like, I only got 5, man. You know, so
they hit you with, oh man, the homies bullshit, man. This shit crazy.
yeah. How many times have you shot a music video? Probably not you, but let me just say for me, where I'm on the phone, we have a treatment and it involves 10 people. We get to the music video shoot day, we get there and it's just us. It's just me and the guy, me and her.
Story of my life.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just so many things. And those things I'm asking you because that's what I want to talk to you about. We've been talking for almost 50 minutes, if not. But I'm trying to watch my frustrations. I'm trying to zen. I'm
You
trying to.
can't, right, but you can't, again, this shit is so fickle at this stage, at this, at an artist's infancy, because a nigga might believe in you while he's sitting in your house smoking your weed and drinking your motherfucking tequila. But if you gotta mobilize or call this nigga to action, that's how you see who really fuck with you. And so if an artist, hey, I got 10 homies on the way and only 3 pull up, from now on, that's his focus.
Yeah.
That's who answered the call. So my next video, look, bro, I appreciate y'all coming out. We gonna do this the next go round. And then when them other 7 show up, then fuck it, they show up. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna take them to really see and understand, like, yeah, they fuck with you on your dime or they fuck with you when it's convenient. But when you need nigga to drive across town and show up at Painted Tiger or drive across town and show up at JD Films in them studio and get in front of that green screen and don't have no fucking yellow on, like I said, and the nigga show up looking like a damn banana. You feel me? Like they not paying attention. They don't fuck with your shit like that. If it's always an excuse when the video come up, or if they want to just show up for the video, but these are growing pains of a new artist. And so we're at the like we can cultivate and we can educate that. Like, look, bro, don't get frustrated. This how this shit is. Now you know who fucking with you. You see what I'm saying? Even though I'm doing business, I'm still trying to put some guidance out there and let them know, like, look, fuck it, it's just you and me then. So this what we finna do. And it's frustrating to you because you move so much. You be pop, pop, pop on schedule. I get it, bro. But these motherfuckers don't know. They just flat out don't know.
Yeah, it destroys pieces of my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in that room with Big Sean. I remember that Kanye West championship promo tour where he just rapped in front of Kanye and that was a good music artist. I remember being in the same room with Dej Loaf every time we did a showcase at this place called the Untitled Bottega. And I come out here 2013 only because my place, and it's funny I say that, my place, Detroit, Michigan, got oversaturated. Everybody started DJing. Everybody was a model. Everybody was photography. So I was like, I need to go somewhere. My initial plan was New York. Then it was California, but I was like, fam, I know people in California. They sitting there, they poor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna move where I am driving distance. So I came to AZ. I get to AZ, and it's slow motion. You know what I'm saying? I got here 2013. It's slow, and it's so funny that you said that because it's all West Coast. And I've never, people wanted to like throw bananas at me because at that point I've never heard a Nipsey Hussle album. You know,
Yeah.
Mixtape. I never heard YG because we don't play that over in the Midwest. There's no
Yeah, it's
reason
not your
to.
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for people to be all like, "How you don't know?" It's like, fam, that shows me that you've never left the West Coast because you don't even understand how certain music stays where it's at. You know, like you sound like somebody that's from St. Louis. I mean, St. Louis, Louisiana, mad because they go to New York and all they hearing is G Unit and DM. You know, like you got to understand there's demographic markets.
Right.
So I come here thinking that, okay, if it happened in Michigan with this Big Sean, Dage Loaf, and a couple of other artists, why won't it happen here? But then the internet took over. So I feel like I'm starting over, and then I'm talking to these artists, and as I'm talking to these artists, they're talking to me like I just started. Like I'm
Yeah,
like
like you the
them.
new guy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm the new guy. So now I'm frustrated. And I remember I went to the AZMT Awards 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. And it's all love. Everybody I had a problem with, we already done talked about it. But I felt like I was busting my butt, like, damn, that person won, how? Then that person won, how? And then the last one, I feel like I was set up. I feel like they was like, yeah, you got it. And I go there and everybody smacked their lips when they announced the winner last year. So I knew that, 2 years ago. So I knew last year I was going to show them everything that I can. And I won the award, and now I'm stuck, bro. Like, I'm stuck because it's like that was my one goal. I didn't have any other goal.
Yeah, my goal was not to get mentioned.
I understand that completely, bro. I get
And
that.
not because I don't support it, because I like and share everything they do, and I think it's dope. But I ain't trying to be bothered with that shit. You know what I'm saying? My goal is, hey, man, I'm gonna make that shit like a movie. But for the scene, I think it's an important outlet. It gives artists something to work up to, but we're still missing a big component. There's no urban radio. There's no true urban radio out here.
But then do you put the weight on your back and say that I'm going to be a part of an urban radio station that's not commercial? Can this be done on the internet?
Here's the funny thing about rappers. They complain about not being on the radio, and the motherfuckers don't listen to the radio. And so what we used to do, I had when J Times 3 was here, he just Trife, shout out to Trife. He sent my record to J Times 3. It was called Get Money. It was me, Finesse, Stacks, and Red. And we was in rotation for 2 months on
Commercial radio?
but yeah, on power. But we was calling the station, requesting out, man, call. I was getting people call the station and request my shit, bro. Call, and we was wherever the radio was at, we was there. If Carly Hustle was there, we was there.
But that still works to this day if they had that much of a backing.
We would sit in a house and do a call party, bro. Back to back to back to back to back to back. And I bought radio advertising for my album release party and all that shit. Like, I did business with the radio. I spent money at the radio. I showed up at the radio. You feel me? But even look at what you're doing with You Choice, right? Look at what you're doing with You Choice. You probably one of the few independent platforms that can play terrestrial radio records alongside up and coming artist records, and your shit ain't gonna get shut down or paused because you went through the right channels to be able to do that. And they don't understand well enough to understand that how important it is to hear how important it is as an artist to hear how your record sounds next to Big Sean's new single.
How
Because
important
if
that
you
is. Yes.
because it's gonna send your ass back to the shop if you got any self-respect about your artistry. Your shit don't measure up yet. But if you just playing your shit up against everybody else shit that don't measure up, you ain't gonna sound no different. But let that little Wayne joint come on. Ooh, it's a whole different level of what he doing and what you doing. You feel me? But we gonna show you that love and give you that platform so you can get that spanking real quick, and hopefully you go back to the studio.
I'm
But
ready. I'm ready to show numbers whenever people are ready to actually to have a conversation. Because what I found out, it's so crazy, bro. The anniversary of U Choice Radio is Wednesday, 1 year, and well over 20,000 listens. The radio station's website as a whole has been visited over 100,000 times. But when I play when I play the artist music just on general, like just in rotation, I can see people turn it off. But when I talk my shit over it, I can see people still engaging. So that's why I say commercial radio stations, they're in the way because internet radio stations can really take them over if we can find a way to get advertisements. And what's even more sick about what's going on, I went to YouTube University and I still go there. So
every day.
So I searched some stuff, and what's sick is I'm not gonna say the fee I pay, but I pay a fee for the radio station every month to be streamed through a company. And what made me almost throw up over the summertime, I found out July, I'll never forget, that U-Choice Radio, Power, and 101.1 The Beat, we all pay the same person. We pay the same person. So when you take it, this is for anybody listening and for you to do yourself. When you go to U-Choice Radio on any given time, open up the player on your internet, on your computer, or your Safari on your phone. Open it up. Then go to Power 101.1. The same company is going to come up.
Damn.
So you're sitting there telling me because the same company has a satellite because it's commercial, and then I have internet and I have all the rights. I pay royalties out when it's needed, when it's required. You'll go beg them people to play your record, but you won't keep it independent because them people that's going to play your record at the radio station, you don't get nothing from that because they're going to put you on a bogus time. They're going to put you on at Sundays at 7 o'clock at night when ain't nobody listening. They're going to put you on at 4 in the morning when ain't nobody listening. I can put you on 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Prime.
And you're going to treat them people with more respect. I also have a problem with those radio stations because I never said it, but when I moved here, I came from 107.5 in Detroit, Michigan. My first thing here, I was emailing program directors at 98.3, and they wasn't messing with me. And I feel like they wasn't messing with me because of the color of my skin.
Absolutely.
I find it very discouraging that every time I tap into every time I tap into a radio station here in Phoenix, it's a Hispanic person telling me about hip hop. And I'm not racist or prejudiced or anything like that, but I feel like we need a little bit more melanin to tell me about what's going on in my community.
It's an optics thing, bro. It just it looks good if it's, and it's stupid to me, but it's optics. You gotta understand these young motherfuckers. It's all about the look for them. So it may look, you know what I'm saying? Even though you're performing on a level and you can do the same thing, it looks.
It look good. It look good.
It's optics. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about changing optics. You know what I mean? We just gotta work to change the optics to get U-Choice Radio in a more viable position and a bigger position. And here's the thing, you already there. It just got to get there visually. So whatever we got to do or whatever you need me to do, I'm down. But to have you able to play an artist in a slot next to top 100 artists so they can really see how they shit measure up. And they don't take advantage of that because of how it looks. Mm-hmm. And they worry about the internet. Motherfucker got the phone in his hand 23 hours a day.
It's crazy, bro. Like, it's so crazy. And I don't say nothing because I'm not problematic or I don't like static. But it's like I really want one day for all of us to, all the internet radio stations in this community in Arizona, Phoenix, Tucson, or whatever, to sit down and say, I get this, I get that. These are our numbers. How can we make all of these numbers add up to really make a difference? You know, because you have AZMT, they're solely playing, whatever gets sent to them. Shout out to them because you need somebody like that. Then you have Respect the Underground playing a little bit more the top tier AZ music. And then you have another radio station, I can't think of the name, they're more so personality, like they're more personality driven.
SDR?
Yeah.
They're more radio?
Yeah, they're personality driven. And then you have a radio station that's commercial and underground. Bro, if we can merge all of those together, fam, we can create a package right now where it's like, if you pay this much, you'll get coverage on everything. You'll get the podcasters talking about you. You'll get the top tier radio station that plays underground music talking about you. You'll get mixed in with Lil Wayne on this radio station, and you're going to for sure get an interview on AZMT. But it's like we all trying to win our own way. Yeah, and you get a video shot. So what it's going to do is not. I think we just have to keep that in mind, but attack it different. take
Right.
all the top dogs and then get them in the room. Get the real top dogs in the room. Even the Scottsdale DJ. Get them in the
Yeah.
room and find a way to make somebody move because nobody's moving. Nobody's moving out here. Everybody say it's not here. It's here. It's right here in the city. You can really pop in the city, but it's so many roadblocks because it's so many people that's I need to be the one. I got to be
Right.
the one to win. You know, so those things, man, I'm telling you, I can't even sleep at night sometimes. So I'll be thinking about that. I'll see my timeline on a certain day and I'm up all night just trying to evaluate why people talk like that.
And keep yourself from responding to the bullshit.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah, like, and that's, you know, like I said, this is why I wanted to have a conversation with you because when we had this conversation, I knew it was going to lead to. I really do have a lot of faith in what you're doing for your show, and I'm glad that when everything is, you know, going the
Oh,
right way
bro.
to be on the radio station. But I want you to be able to, you know, through what I'm doing, say what your show is doing, so it can people my fan base can immediately merge over to your fan base.
And vice versa. You know, I told everybody today, I said, look, what Pest doing, he doing that shit. He got a few solid folks with him. And when we come on, we might be going to work. And y'all gotta be prepared to go to work. We can't just be uh doing sending podcasts and shit in because it's this a mission, bro. Like it's a mission to really help these youngers and make them understand, but to really show them how they measure up, to be able to play your shit next to some shit, to the rest of your radio shit. You see how you measure up, bro. You know, being the hottest thing in the city is one thing and having a hot record, and then you pop that shit up against a Drake record, it'll humble you real quick. But if you a dope artist, it's gonna send you back to the lab. You
Even
know what I'm saying?
even with when it comes to just talking, bro. You know, like I have talk radio shows on the station. They getting hell right now because when they go off, it's somebody interviewing comedian Lunel, Tony Parker. I don't, bro.
Right.
I had real NBA alumni on the radio station that's been interviewed by this show called the Whatever Podcast. I can't play. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really competitive. It's really competitive. And I told even the DJs, my guy DJ Mello B, he come on, Bobby, he come on in the morning, and then after that, those muchos that came on. I put myself in the middle. I said, fam, I come on at 6 to 8. I'm gonna outwork y'all. I'm gonna add another hour, and I'm gonna make it to where people gonna listen to your show, Bobby, because they gonna want to hear me when you go off, or I'm gonna make it to where they tune into Dos Muchos show early because they listen to me DJing. I want y'all to be looking at me the same way. Like y'all got a DJ
Right.
better than me. You gonna have to have energy. You know what I'm saying? Come up with me because them views matter, bro. And I just signed up everything. I'm so stupid that I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that my websites weren't even on the Google Analytics. So I'm sitting here reading, I'm sitting here reading the damn 7 ways to be a millionaire, 7 ways of income.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at residuals and stuff like that and royalties. So I hopped on Google Analytics and I'm like, damn, bro, 100,000 views don't mean nothing because that was
Yeah,
all
you can
time.
cash out.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
all time. So I got to get on here. So now I got to do things different. That's why I'm blogging again. That's why I'm doing all these things to bring in, you know what I'm saying, the royalty money so I can now pay out the people that's a part of the
Right.
radio station because we getting advertisement money. It's so crazy, bro. Like I really be trying to look out for people because I know things, but when people don't listen, I be just what's the saying? You could take a horse to the water, but you can't make them
But
drink
you
it or
can't make
something.
them drink. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
exactly what it is.
and it's like once I had my daughter, a lot of that really because I got a 10-year-old, my oldest is 10, going on 11, and then I got a 6-year-old going on 7. I forgot because they can stay home by themselves or they can go somewhere and I can go to
Right.
work. When I had this baby in
You gotta
August,
sit your ass.
I
Yeah,
gotta
sit
sit
down.
down, bro. So now you want my attention, and it's like, nah, bro, because I gotta be here for this. If I'm not here and she crawling, bro, I'm gonna be hurting. You know, so
Yeah.
when you want me out the house, it's gonna cost you a little bit because you gotta pay for me missing that time. And now
Right. You gotta bring something back.
yeah, I just wanted to make sure I'm not an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, let me call Low right quick and see like how Low view it.
Ain't nothing wrong with knowing your worth. Ain't nothing wrong with telling it like it is. And ain't nothing wrong with being solid and forcing people to be solid if they're gonna deal with you, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. Even if they a snake. Even if you a snake, while you dealing with me though, you got to be solid or we not rocking.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't change it, but in this small snapshot of time, you gonna be solid. You gonna be solid by this paperwork, or you gonna be solid by this pistol? Either way, you
You're
gonna
gonna
be
be
solid.
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Either way, you
yeah,
gonna be solid.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Well,
man, I'm glad you reached out to me, man. I've been trying to get to you. I wanted to bring something. You know what I mean? I'm a worker, so with this shit not really working, I'm like, man, I need to. I told him, I said, when we come to Pest, we got to drop 3, 4 episodes right in his lap,
yeah,
man.
man. I can't wait. Cause yeah, I'm working on. I got summer jams ideas in my head. We trying to find. It's so unfortunate because the pandemic happened, and I just told somebody else in another interview that I started DJing when I was 14. So that was 2020. Oddly enough, was my 20-year anniversary. So I was ready. I had CDs. I'm making beats again. Yeah, I didn't send you the stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill them with this, that, and the third. And then boom, the pandemic happened. So now I feel like it's kind of fizzling down as much as it can. Now I'm ready to get
Right.
back on the attack and get back what we lost, man. So having you on the station and having a couple other people joining the station, it means so much because I can't do this without a team. I
Yeah,
can't. I can't. Yeah, it take a
it
team.
take
It
yeah,
take
it
a
take
team
a
to do what
team,
we're
bro.
trying to do. So it's real good, man. So the cook up is going to be coming on when?
We're gonna turn the first one in. We're gonna turn the first one in Wednesday night. You'll have the first one.
And it airs when?
I'm gonna give it to you. So when you drop it,
All right.
just put it on.
Yeah. So stay close.
Wednesdays and Sundays. That's when we're gonna air. We're gonna do because the goal is to do. Right now we're doing a remote show on Wednesdays, and then once everything die down, we're gonna be on location together. So we'll be remote now until we can get into a space where everybody's comfortable breathing the same air. You know what I mean? So, but right now I had to find a remote way to set it up,
Yeah,
and so I
man.
think I found something that's gonna work.
Stay safe, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Stay safe. COVID is real. COVID's no joke. We gotta take care of one another so we can get back to normal, whatever that
yeah.
means. So yeah, just stay close. If you don't know me, I go by the name of DJ Pest.
Cut it out.
DJ Pest on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But you can find Low on what? How can people get
Uh,
to you?
Landover Slim on IG. Landover Stunt Department on IG if you got video work. Uh, Twitter Landover Slim, Facebook Landover Slim, Landover Stunt Department, Cook Up Radio Show, IG the Cook Up Radio Show. Uh, Anything I'm doing, you can put an at to it and get at me. So it's the Cook Up Radio Show. You want to holler at me through there at the Cook Up Radio Show. We're gonna show up. If it's you want to get a video at Landover Stunt Department. If you want to talk to me at Landover Slim. You know what I'm saying? Anything we doing is an at in front of it so you can reach us.
Okay. And for the record, this conversation was by mistake.
It just happened, man. Real shit just happened, man.
Yeah, real shit has happened, man. So yeah, man, we'll holler at you. I hope you liked that interview that I just had with my guy Low. I need you to do me a favor. Subscribe, like, share all activity to this YouTube page. It's going to be so many more interviews coming up real soon. I mean, day to day. If not day to day, every other day. If not that, at least enough to keep you fulfilled. I go by the name of DJ Pest, aka The Bad Guy. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.